Right, hello YouTube. Today we got a 2016, I believe, from 11 to 16 E350. This is I don't think this one's got a and C on this one. So what I'm going to be showing you that the amplifiers over there, if you want to tap it to the mid-range, you can. But on my case, I'm tapping to the subwoofer right here. Oh, let's get inside. So right there, I removed that by pushing this clip down right there. See this clip? You push it down and then you move it left, right, it should come out. So I'm gonna just show you, I plugged it already. I use a T-tap, so I got the green one to the positive, and then the green black, brown green is the negative side of the speakers, and then I got the little black right there, right next to the brown and the yellow in between right there. That's a remote wire. So I'm gonna plug it back. I mean, this is something new. It might work, it might not work. So you're gonna have to watch the end. If I have to change something, you're gonna watch the end, because the video I usually do, I'm just gonna pause and then upload it. Once I upload it, I don't have time to do the editing like everyone else. So I mean, I'm not gonna try to, oh yeah, I got this wrong, and then I delete it. Nope, it's on there. Once I record it, it's record. So this is like a live video type deal where it goes wrong, it goes wrong, it goes right, it goes right. I'm trying to put it back right now. Having fun with that. So I got the remote wire, everything. I love this T-tap. This is a different kind of T-tap. This is not a U-Haul T-tap, so it's a lot. I like it. And so now I'm gonna show you. Oh, let me get out. So right here is an amplifier. I mean a battery. We're gonna go to the battery. This is not that hard to do, guys. If you follow my simple step, it should be okay. I try to, honestly, I did went to YouTube and see what I can do, capable of doing this and that. So you can see right there, here's the battery, okay? So the power from the battery out somewhere, battery, don't know exactly, but I'm gonna tap everything here. This is a 0 gauge right there. I'm not completely take it out, because this battery, sometimes if you take it out, you have to reprogram it. So I'm not gonna completely take it out. And I'm gonna put it on the positive side of the one that came out from, yeah, the thicker wire right there. So I'm gonna basically, most likely, I'm gonna tap through right here. Oh, I mean, literally, it's right here is fine. As if you're not doing something major, you can do it right here. So, and then the ground is also right there if you want, or you can ground it somewhere else on the top right there. And what I'm gonna be doing, so I'm gonna get the closest ground as possible. I don't know exactly if I do that. I usually don't ground it on the battery. For some reason, I don't think it's a good idea to ground it on the battery side. Plus, the wire's gonna be longer than it is, because I'm gonna put two 12 kickers. I'm gonna run the LOC2i, which is right here. This is what I'm gonna be installing right here. This is a kicker 800.1. I already removed this so I can plug it right in. I'm gonna use OFC wiring harness, 4 gauge, and here's a LC2i. I'm gonna start running this first. LC2i Pro does come with the bass knob controller. It's over $100 something, so it's around close to $200. If you're gonna use one of these, I would recommend it for a Mercedes. I'm gonna do this right underneath right there. So make sure you're not on top, you're on the bottom. So if you slide, the customer slide or if you slide the seat forward, you're gonna have issue. So let me get this up a little bit so I can reach there. Actually, it's kind of hard to get through this right there. There's literally no holes to run through. I don't want to do too much work. I'm just gonna run the wire back over here instead. So I think I take a T20 and remove that. There's 3 of these. and one right there. And then put it down. I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna run the wire down here and then go up here. And then if the customer want to screw to it, let them do it, or Velcro it. Best tool to use is one of these pry bars, so you can kind of lift it up, or you can, if you don't have the right tool, just try the flathead, pry it out and then push it in like that. And same as this, you just do the same thing to the back. Now when you get over here, I slide a wire down here through there. So I basically was looking for how to run through there. So I was right over here, didn't work, just right here. So basically you put your hands in there, you can reach the back. So that's how I ran the remote, the bass knob controller out to the back. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna strip this insulation out about 1/2 inch. Slide the ring terminal in and put into my machine, my tool. I'll link it below if you want one of these expensive one. If you just do one of these, don't even touch it. So basically this gonna crimp it like that, and look how nice it is. So I basically ground that right here. This is a 9/16 millimeter, and since there's wire running through this, I'm not even gonna try to touch or screw anything on here. I don't have that kind of time to mess with it. I'm just couldn't put I hate to do it like that, but I'm gonna put it on the box itself. I was thinking about put the amp right there, but it can get hot. So I could have put in the back seat, which is fine, but then I had to move the speaker around to adjust stuff. Very, very tempting to put in the back right there. I don't want to put it up here. I can put it up here, but it's a big 12 inches. So what I did, I used a 10 millimeter right there. I loosened up a little bit. I used cut the ring terminal to make it like a spade terminal. And then I didn't remember this kind of car, I don't want to take it all completely out because I don't want to I got the machine for it, the tool for it, but I just would not recommend you guys doing any of what if you had to take it all out. So try not to take the battery out. What I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna drill right here for the good ground. Maybe right there, right here, one of this right there. This is good right there, better. Now right here, sand it good, and see that? Here's it done right there. After you tighten it, right there. Oh, I forgot to add the stopper right there, but it ain't gonna move. This thing is really tight and good, so we're good right there. Basically ran everything, power I cut right here, make sure it's not touching any ground because the fuse already put in already. So we got red right here. I don't want to get underneath there for so long, so I kind of pull the wire out a little bit longer so I can reach it. The smallest thing is the shortest one is the ground. So I'm gonna put power with the red wire right there. See, you can see 12 volt, red, black, and then remote out. So I'm gonna have this remote right there that coming from the amp right there, the factory amp. I'm gonna use it to input right there. So I'm gonna kind of leave the wire a little bit long so I can easier for me to reach, because getting old on this thing right there. I mean, I cannot go in and out easy like normal young teenage anymore. So I got right there, I'm using a ferrule. I cut about 1 inches the booth or the insulation or the rubber. Slide it in the 12 volt right there. Now I'm gonna slide in the remote. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put the positive and negative. See, one of my lines got, see, a positive right there and negative right there. So I'm gonna put only on the one side of the speaker right here, positive and negative right there. As you can see right there, positive and negative. And then the ground, I'm gonna do it later on. I'm still using this ferrule. And then I'm gonna run the speaker output right here, so that way I don't have to struggle in there inside the back. That's why I don't like to put it over there, but you know, sometimes you have to do what you have to do. I don't want to mount right here too, but it's too much work also, so everything gonna be in the back. So I'm gonna do a setting already, and then they can use their bass knob right there to here. Actually, I should have plugged it in now, but I plug it later on, because when I'm getting in there, it's hard to get in and out. As you can see, I made it nice as neat as possible. I can zip tie this a little bit. You open that, you can reach that. You can adjust the sound right here, and then I put the jacks from the bass output right there to the line input right there. Input, not output, input right there. And then make sure this is on a low pass, which is when you press it, it's sticking out. And then you got the positive and negative right there, 2 positive right here and 2 negative to the speakers. And I'm just gonna put everything back up, wrap it up, and hopefully everything works as it should. If it didn't, we have to fix it. That's what my job is.